Hello, I'm Jess and here is an update on my beekeeping diary. This is my very first year of beekeeping. I am enjoying it thoroughly. My other hive from my other video are doing fantastic. They're making honey, they've got loads of space, it's great. Now I have been planning to do another video very similar showing you how well my second hive was getting along, but it's not been very straightforward and I'm here to tell the tale. So I originally got both colonies on the 10th of May. One had a queen, marvellous, and the other colony didn't actually have a queen in. They had 2 capped queen cells, so I was waiting for them to raise their own queen. That was going to be my challenge, and it certainly has been that. So everybody's been asking me what's going on with the other hive. Have they got a queen yet? Have they got a queen yet? And unfortunately, I'm very sorry to say, it's not a good end to the tale. So it all began on the 10th of May with a capped queen in a nuke box. Everything's happy, the bees are there, taking in plenty of syrup, drawing out comb. Look at this, from 5 days later, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. The bees are flying, bringing in pollen, in and out. Everyone seems really happy. Plenty of feed going in as well to the nuke. Loads of bees, lots of activity. Now you need to leave them for a good 3 to 4 weeks in the nuke. Now I had seen plenty of activity. Here's my smoker. So after 4 weeks she should be emerged, matured and mated. So I'm having a look through the bees and I've noticed the bees have started building a queen cell, which is quite strange. They wouldn't normally do this in the middle of the frame as it is. It's a supersedure cell. Now it does look to me like there's something in there and I'm wondering why are they building a new queen, and I do wonder if she's failed, which is possible. We had some bad weather. Looking at the rest of the frame, I can see eggs, but in lots of the cells there's multiple eggs. There's 2 bees there having a drink. Sometimes a new queen, while she's still getting into the swing of things, can lay multiple eggs, but it also can be a sign of laying worker. So really the best thing to do, I've heard and read, is give it a week, see what they do. So by another week later, I've ended up moving the bees into the main hive. And now this is the 15th of June, so actually it's 2 weeks later. So I'm really waiting to see what is going on. Has this queen settled down? The bees are still drawing out some more comb, which is nice. But they don't seem to be increasing at the same rate as the other colony. So I'm keeping an eye, doing my inspections. We are the 15th of June, so realistically everything should be fine at this point. And I'm seeing lots of drones, the bigger bees. Now they're male bees and you're only really supposed to have 5 to 10% population. Drone everywhere. Where was your queen cell?
You don't look agitated. Have you got yourself a new suit?
Yeah, this is a better one, but it were 90 quid for a white one, or 70 quid for a pink one. So I've got pink.
She nearly done.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
She know you're here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't speak in case.
Oh, did you look before?
I've been watching you for ages.
Have you? Well, something's going wrong in here.
Well, when you say they haven't got a queen, why will they get one?
Well, at this point, they won't. If you think something's wrong, go inside and have a cup of tea. That's the rule. Right, fingers crossed.
Oh, there's loads. Oh no, one's dangling off.
No. So they're only on 6 frames. So at this point, it's the 27th of June, and I added that test frame on the 16th of June. So that's 11 days. And really, I've just decided to give the bees a little bit more time. What if the queen's taken a while to settle down? What if I've missed something? There just seems to be less bees about. So the test frame has got a red T on it so that you can remember that that's the test frame, which I didn't. We've got capped brood. Maybe she sorted herself out. So if we've got capped brood and some pollen, where the sod is your queen? Was she drawn lane and she'd gone sorted herself out? More capped brood. Excellent. Actual capped brood as well. Where is your queen? Crazy. Oh, this is the test frame. So just comparing this with my other colony, the other colony is on all of these frames, and they've had another box added that they've filled up completely as well. So they are worlds apart from each other. So by this point it's the 27th of June, still no sign of a queen, and they've done nothing with the test frame. So I've tried the test frame, I've given it a week, standard trick, and then I decided to try another test frame, and at this point I'm feeling a bit guilty really, because it could be 2,000 bees that I'm taking out of my good hive, giving to this hive that are just not doing a lot, they're not expanding, there's not lots of bees about, and the bees that there are, there's just more and more drone. Every time I look, there's more drone. So after the second test frame on the 29th of June, I have a look a few days later to see, have they made a queen cell? Have they done anything? And they have just ignored that as well. So I thought, that's it. It's, you know, it's time to ask for some more advice. All of the books are suggesting they might be doomed, but I don't want to believe that. So when I went to Bee Club on the Saturday morning, I spoke to the beekeeper who'd given me the bees in the first place, and a couple of other beekeepers that were there together, and the advice was, those bees are doomed, you must have laying worker. They obviously think they've got a queen. Now, laying worker is when there hasn't been a queen in the beehive for so long that there's not enough queen pheromone, and queen pheromone suppresses the ovaries of the other bees, or the other female bees. The male bees don't have ovaries. And then some of those start to lay eggs. Now, classic signs of this are when you get multiple eggs in the cell and they're all over the sides, they're not nice in the bottom of the cell. So the queen's got a longer body. She gets the egg exactly where it needs to go, one egg per cell. Now, we did see all of those eggs early days in the hive. Now, that could also be a sign that the queen's just not into a mojo yet. So, as I'm learning with a lot of beekeeping, you just need to give it a little bit more time to see what's happening. So it did appear that there was laying worker. All of those larvae at the beginning, which I thought was the sign of the queen. Now, they were drone brood when they ended up capped. It was all drone brood, and you're only supposed to have like less than 10% of that per hive. And looking at the frames, it was like half, with the big eyes waggling around, all massive, not doing anything helpful. So really, really sadly, on the 4th of June, which was the full 8 weeks, almost into 9, I had to shake the bees out. So that means you go more than 50 feet away from the hive. So I took all of the hive parts with me, took them all well into the other side of the field, and shook all of the bees off. So that's because the laying worker doesn't fly, so they'll die in the field if there's more than one, and so will quite a lot of the other bees, to be honest. So I had to shake all of the bees off. I was brushing them off the frames, and then took all of the parts of the hive back, still away from the apiary, to make sure that I had all of the bees off. Took all of the equipment away so that I could clean it and use it again with another hive. And then the idea is that the bees will all disperse to hopefully go into that good hive, take some forage with them and be accepted. Now, I think a lot of the bees were, but a lot of the bees weren't as well. So there were quite a few dead bees that had flown back to where the hive should be and then died, which it was really sad actually. My grandma was right upset about it as well. But apparently that's beekeeping. It's a bit murdery sometimes. I took the drone brood home with me, you know, that they'd made on the bottom of that frame. So I cut that off with my hive tool, made sure there was no bees on it, and brought it home. And I put it under the big light in the garage, and I had a look, and there were again multiple eggs per cell. So that is it. Laying worker. And once you've got laying worker, that's it. They're doomed. You know, the other beekeepers told me a few stories about, you know, when they'd tried to bring around a laying worker colony before, and what you really need to do is find the laying worker and kill her, but she looks exactly the same as the other workers, so there's no way to tell. And the health of those bees just isn't there anymore. They're getting older, so they're not going to be good nurse bees, because bees' jobs change as they age. So it's a real shame that is a failed colony, which I suppose is good experience in the long run, but it's pretty sad. So thanks for joining me, and hopefully the next update will be a better one.